Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's edition of another NASCAR 07 live stream as we have another truck series race for you guys this evening. It is the final mile-and-a-half racetrack on the custom schedule season. 4 races to go before crowning a champion. And our rival, Ron Hornaday, leads the championship at this point in the season. Todd Bodine, second in points. That's the driver we're racing as for the season. 65 points back. Last race, we gained 10 on Hornaday, with a second place finish just 2 nights ago at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Coming into today's race, we're starting the same spot we started at Atlanta, which is 11th. The only laps I led in that race were during green flag pit stops. We got put back in traffic with a damaged vehicle after getting involved in a wreck for the 3rd consecutive race. We need to stay out of trouble today to try to cut that points lead down even more. A great rally to get a second place run, but we had no shot at the win or leading the most laps because of the damage and being put back in traffic early. Made an adjustment change and an aggressive 2-tire strategy call, which got me into the second place position. If it wasn't for either one, we probably would have finished outside the top 20 with ease. We were running there for most of the first half of the race. As far as tonight goes, again, just got to stay out of trouble. Truck was a little too tight in qualifying. It costed me. Honestly, I had a shot at the pole on the first lap. Got really tight. Had to actually get on the brakes in the exit of the corner to keep it off the wall, which kind of hurt the momentum for lap 2, where I did pick up to get to 11th from 15th, but unfortunately, obviously wasn't enough to get an even better starting position. But thanks everybody for tuning in here today. Be sure to like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Let's get into tonight's live coverage. Las Vegas 350 for this one. And we'll see what will come of it. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing at Las Vegas for the Truck Series. Bill Lester on the pole once again. And Todd Bodine already lost 1 spot off the start. Didn't take off particularly well, but only losing 1 position is not going to be terrible. Has to stay out of trouble. Already contact with Scott Lagasse Jr. on the backstretch. Very aggressive was Bodine, trying to hold on to his positioning. It worked out for the short term. As these trucks get up to speed. 3 wide up in front of him. Now Bodine can rip the bottom. First time we've raced at Las Vegas in the Truck Series on this game. Wade Selinsky, Corey Free, Matthew Dorter Bruno, thanks for tuning in. Nah, this isn't a late stream. Actually, most of our truck or bush races on NASCAR 07 have started between 7 and 8, so it's kind of on par for it. When I'm not doing double headers, at least. Lester has led the first 2 laps, about to make it 3 at the start-finish line. He blew an engine at Atlanta after dominating the first half of the race. Ended up not getting the most laps led, and with the DNF and the engine failure, that's now dropped him to 287 points out of first, making it just a 3-horse race for the championship in these final 4 races. Bobby Hamilton, who is only 10 points behind Todd Bodine, stuck on the outside in danger of losing a position. Bodine is in 11th right now, right where he qualified, looking to get some spots back here. Hopefully he doesn't have to deal with David Reagan at all today. That is who costed him yesterday at Atlanta. Definitely costed Bodine a shot at the win. Bodine going all the way to the apron, just ran his fastest lap. He'll take the shortcut down into turn 1. He'll be 3 wide. Big dive, trying to get as close to the grass as possible without touching it. And he clears 2 trucks, pulls alongside the 163 in a battle for 8th. Todd Bodine's got the spot. Definitely a little better at 1 and 2. That was the case in qualifying. 3 and 4 is still a little snug in traffic. Not as bad. I took a round of wedge out of it from qualifying to the race because it was pretty bad in qualifying. I can imagine it was going to be even worse in the race. At least with dropping to the apron with all 4 tires there, it catches a little bit of clean air on the nose. Nobody else really going down there. 31.202 that lap. Another quickest lap of the race for Bodine. Hans Good is in 7th in front of him. Has the second most wins on the year. Only 1 win behind Bodine. All 4 of Hans Good's wins came on intermediate tracks, specifically 1.5 mile racetrack, so this could be a good run for him again today on the final 1.5 mile racetrack of the season. We do have another intermediate at California in the second to last race of the year. Alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today. Bodine's having a hard time trying to catch up to Good. And Ron Hornaday, by the way, just led his first lap of the race. That last time by, Hornaday has just locked up 5 bonus points, taking an early lead after Bill Lester led the first 6 laps of the race. Bodine tried to back up turns 3 and 4 a little bit better. Big run in the tri-oval. Cuts to the inside, and the 134 makes quite a bit of contact. And that's going to cost Bodine a chance to make the pass. He'll stay stalled out side by side down the backstretch. At least he's got the positioning down on the bottom into turn 3 still. He's kind of overstepped the entry to the corner that last time. Nice Stephen King 92 Hammer, thanks for tuning in also. Hornaday, by the way, not leading anymore. He got shuffled back onto the outside, looking to pick up those spots. Going to put Good 3 wide in the middle, potentially. Nope, Good's on the outside. Had one of the other fantasy trucks cleared. Hornaday trying to get back into 3rd again. But he got the 5 early bonus points. Bill Lester back into the race lead. This truck's out ahead of Todd Bodine, definitely quick. Also interested to know if this is going to be a 1 or 2 stop race today. I feel like it's going to be borderline. Doing pretty good tonight. Well, on the tired side. I was tired yesterday too. I went to bed really early. I did not stream yesterday. I was got home a little bit late from work and I was just packing up stuff for this weekend. Still got a little more to do. Oh yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun watching some racing at North Wilkesboro this weekend. Got a golf scramble Saturday morning before the truck race too. Big run through the tri-oval. Before diving it off down to the apron in turns 1 and 2. Sounds like they're still 3 wide for 4th. All the way through the corner. And Bodine should slide clear off turn 4 up into the 4th place position. Big block by that 2nd place truck. Bodine to the inside of Hornaday for 3rd. Side draft, pulls to the bottom, takes the deep dive. And looking for 2nd as well. Truck's going to stay glued to that right rear corner panel. But Bodine is going to be clear into turn 3 for 2nd place. And quickly trying to get after Bill Lester for the race lead. They'll tighten the dirty air behind the 22 that time. Bodine's got to run. Not wasting any time whatsoever. And he'll get to the inside of Lester into turn 1 after taking the cut down to the apron. On the front stretch. Bodine is not clear yet off turn 2. Lester holding on the outside. Into turn 3. Hornaday all the way down to the bottom. He's trying to take over 2nd. Bodine. I think he's clear off turn 4. He'll definitely lead his first lap of the day. 5 bonus points for the 30. Hornaday down to the apron. taking Bodine's line away as Todd Bodine slips to second in a crossover move off of turn 2. Trying not to let Ron Hornaday lead as many laps as possible today. Tense battle for the championship continues. No official lead change that time. And Bodine just ran his fastest lap of a 31.181. That was even amongst the battle for the lead. Looking for some separation. Topped his fastest lap of the race that last time by about 1,000th of a second. Oh, whoa, whoa, way too low. Surprised the truck didn't get more loose there, honestly. Pretty big mistake. Bodine just trying to protect the inside. Doing all the blocking he can. Hans good to the inside. Halfway out of gas already this point in the run. We might have quite a few pit stops in this race the way it's looking then. Hans good to the lead. And now tight in the outside lane. Really the first time Bodine has been on the top side of the racetrack today. Hornaday trying to get to the lead underneath Good. Big run coming for Todd Bodine. Just barely cleared the 22 getting into the corner. And he is looking for the lead again. Hornaday just led his second lap. Big dive by Todd Bodine. As close to the grass as possible without touching it. He didn't touch it there, but he couldn't get to the inside of the 33 either. Lester going for third on Good. Hornaday trying to block. Bodine trying to slip under him. Door to door for the lead. They touch. What a battle. SRT Secret, thanks for tuning in. As well as Mark DeMars. Hornaday's definitely got a strong truck, but so does Todd Bodine. And then Todd Bodine is going to make sure he's going to slide clear off turn 4. With ease. Honestly, with how short the pit window seems at Vegas for the Truck Series in this game, I'm thinking about going fuel only. It's very similar to what we had at Talladega and at the first Texas race on the 50% race earlier this season. Where the fuel window is a bit accelerated. So we might go fuel only with this first stop. Trying to put a gap on the rest of the field as a result. 31.114, fastest of the day for Todd Bodine that last time. Good taking a look to the outside. Todd Bodine not worried about that top lane. More worried about trying to protect the inside. We know the 33 and the 30 each have 5 bonus points right now, so Todd's looking to get 10 here today. That'd be big for him. Dropped a little bit that lap, but still pretty quick for the most part. Not getting arrow loose, at least to this point in the run either, which is always helpful. Oh, up into the wall. That was a big mistake. Todd led that lap still, but that gave the momentum to the 180. But the only way you're going to more than likely make it past on the outside at flat Las Vegas. Leader making a mistake like that. Almost got in the wall again. It was very close. Just try not to give any room for anybody to get alongside of him, top or bottom. Because even the side draft alone will slow him down. just a little bit. Hornaday to the inside. Bodine will lead that lap barely. And looking for the undercut move into turns 1 and 2. Man, we've got a race going on here today. Todd sliding up. Hornaday in the wall off turn 4. It's going to cost him quite a bit of time. Oh, that was too bad of a power slide there for Todd, and he's going to lose a lot of track position. Maybe. 3 wide. Quarter of a tank of gas left this point in the run. What a battle for the lead. Oh, this is tight. Little leadage. These guys are absolutely going after it. Hans Good out in front at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We are approaching green flag pit stops very shortly. It's been so strong on the 1.5 miles. Todd's having a tough time trying to get underneath him. Might have a chance to do it here. Took that cut down to the apron, and it was enough to get to the inside of the 180 of Hans Good. So there they go, side by side for the lead again. Not clear. And Good leads that lap barely. I'd say he's got the fastest truck when leading. 30 sliding up in front. Taking the 180's line away. Hans Good's definitely strong on that outside. He's just strong everywhere. It's been the memo for the 1.5 mile racetracks for Hans Good this season. Now the question is, can Todd Bodine hang on? At least leading into green flag pit stops, which aren't going to be a long way from now. He got to lap 19 before hitting halfway on fuel. One truck is on pit road. I don't know if that was a scheduled stop or not, but there is one truck down there. Fastest lap of the day, 31.081 that last lap for the 30 of Todd Bodine, while leading, having the clean air advantage. Yeah, this track isn't Nazareth. This is old Las Vegas. Under the lights, too, with this NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. Bodine will pit at lap 35, so he'll stay out this time by, and then he'll pit the following time by. Hoping to hold on to the lead to the start-finish line here. Hornaday still back there in 4th, right where he finished in the last race at Atlanta. Both he and Todd Bodine have led laps. Bodine's led more laps than Hornaday, and I do think Todd Bodine has led the most laps in the early going of this race. Todd Bodine will be coming to pit road this time by, and he's just going to have to hope that everybody else is going to be on their way in too. Todd will pit off of turn 4. Bottom of the racetrack, here he comes. Old Vegas, very tough to get to pit road, but he will get there, no problem. There'll be 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. Actually, no tires, my bad. No tires. We'll go right sides. Right side tires. And full can gas, or full tank of gas, 2 cans. Oh! Almost came up into traffic a little early. Hans Good's still out there on the racetrack. Hopefully, everybody else is going to have to pit. Because otherwise, that'd be a real shame for Todd Bodine. He's got fresher right side tires than everybody else, so he should eat into this a little bit. But even with the right side only stop, he is going to be a lap down right now. And that one truck that did pit is still on pit road, so they're out of the race. Engine failure for whoever that was. And Hans Good is taking the lead after Todd Bodine has pitted from the lead at lap 35. So next scheduled pit stop will be lap 70, which will be just shy of the halfway mark. So it's looking like a 4-stop race today. The problem is nobody else has hit pit road yet, which is a little bit scary for my liking, honestly. So if they make this race on 1 or 2 less stops, I don't know how Todd Bodine's going to have a shot to win it. I don't know why I'm burning so much more fuel than everybody else. Honestly, it didn't make any sense to pit at lap 35. And taking the right sides only, this truck will be a bit looser. No adjustments were made to the truck, but the balance is definitely going to be a little bit weirder, I guess. Or lack thereof versus not having imbalanced tires when it came to maybe tire pressure. Don't usually see 2 tires under green flag pit stops too often. It was an effort to try and save track position with pitting much earlier into the run. When the cycle's through, Todd Bodine is going to have older left side tires than everybody else. Underneath the 186, door to door. Dropped to 31.044. In fact, 31.061. The lap before that, so 2 straight laps, Bodine's ran his quickest laps of the day. Just cleared the 4th place truck off of turn 2 with a clean pass. Hornaday back up to 2nd place for right now. The good news is Hornaday's not the one leading while Bodine already pitted. Hans Good is, who isn't really in the running for the championship anymore after he had back-to-back engine failures at, what was it? Charlotte and, no, it wasn't Charlotte, IRP, that's right, IRP and Watkins Glen. He's still looking to match Bodine for the most wins this year with 5 if he can win today's race. We've got some trucks coming into the pits. So they are pitting early as well, just not quite as early as Todd Bodine. Lap 42 was the next lap we saw anybody hit pit road. Bodine pitted at lap 35. Getting a little bit of that time back while they stay out. We'll be giving it up, though, once they have 4 fresh tires versus Bodine's 2. There are quite a few trucks on pit road. Top 3 still have to pit yet. I'll try taking the access road onto pit road next time. On and off, see if that helps. Hans Good will pit from the lead. Hornaday out in front once again. Second or third different time he has led, I believe the third. Still about half the field has to hit pit road. Bodine's only up to 19th. He is the first truck a lap down right behind the leader. So again, if we were to get a caution, trap quite a few drivers, at least Bodine would still be on the lead lap. And then a situation where he might as well come back down and take 4. And top off on fuel if that was going to be the case. Really any caution whether the field pits or not. I think I'm going to have to pit just because I want to have to pit an extra time in this race. Hornaday's going a long way past Bodine. 11 laps. It's a 4-stop race for Bodine, pitting every 35. Oh, trouble! Hornaday's crashed off turn 2. Oh, no! The race leader, the points leader, is around off turn 2 and hard into the inside wall on the backstretch. I think he just DNF'd. He got sideways, and Lester was underneath him simultaneously and took out the 22. Major championship implications now. Bodine on his way to pit road. I don't know if he actually got his lap back before the caution came out or not. It was tough to tell, but either way, would be in the free pass situation here. We're going to take 4 tires and fuel. Change those lefts for the first time. So put a 1.5 on the truck early in the race. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But top it off on fuel. So this will be the second stop already because we've already gone more than 6 laps, which is what we were going to be short pitting 4 times. Ron Hornaday out of the race. The points leader coming in. That is unbelievable. First caution of the day as well. Bodine back in traffic. 10th place on the restart. Craig Kinzer will be the leader. Green flag back in the air at Las Vegas. Oh, we got trouble. We've got trucks running out of gas. This is like Talladega all over again. And the caution flag is out for the second time. The race leader ran out. Craig Kinzer. I think that might have been what happened to Hornaday. Might have just ran it too long. Yeah, this is exactly what we saw back in the 10th race of the year. It might not have, let me check what race that was. 8th race of the year at Talladega. The exact same thing is happening right now. Bodine's going to stay out. Still got some trucks in front of him that are out there. Quite a few more trucks just came in. So pit strategy's all over the place today. Green flag back in the air. Good launch there in the restart. Unfortunately, David Reagan's right behind us. Bodine trying to get back down to the bottom and does. Had to let a couple lap trucks in front of him there. At least Todd Bodine's kept his truck clean. Back-to-back cautions. We're down to 90 laps to go. At Las Vegas, a lot of contact with the 190, I believe it was, going into turn 1 there. Todd Bodine's up to 3rd. No more lap trucks in between himself and the leaders. Bill Lester going to the bottom of the track for the lead. Bodine's going to take it 3 wide into turn 3. Big dive. Lester's got a lot of damage from that Hornaday accident as well. Todd Bodine is clear for the race lead. So with 90 laps left, he's back out in front again. Needs to capitalize on this race with Ron Hornaday being done. Now, he is still racing Bobby Hamilton. Don't forget about that. I mean, he could be out of the race, too. We don't know how many drivers have ran out of gas, but... And there's a caution again. Off of turn 4, our third. All in the span of about, what, 5 to 8 laps? And it's debris. It's the hood off the 22 of Bill Lester that we saw flapping a couple laps ago when we just took the lead away. Bodine was starting to set sail. This will bunch the field back together again. And this will set ourselves up for yet another restart. Green flag back in the air. Lap 61. Good launch on the restart for Todd Bodine. I mean, I guess he's good on the restarts when nobody else is in front of him. He's through first and second gear pretty quickly and is out in front off turn 2. Three wide off turn 4 behind him. A lot of 3 wide action, in fact. We're going to take a field pass this time off of turn 4. We'll drive as Ted Musgrave for the first time in this race. Todd Bodine having a solid run, and how about Ted Musgrave with a solid run as well? We haven't seen Musgrave in contention for a win at all this season. He's outside the top 20 in points. But a good run going so far as he has made his way up to third off of turn 4. Musgrave trying to go for second. Can't quite stay underneath on the backstretch. Driving in deep into 3 and 4. Not going to be able to get back down to the bottom yet. Back to Todd Bodine for right now as he makes the block on that second place truck down into turn 1. Ted Musgrave is now underneath off turn 2, going for second. Might have a 1-2 finish for Germain Motorsports here today for the first time. And Musgrave is clear and into second off turn 4. While his teammate Todd Bodine continues to lead with 81 laps to go. Philip Moore, thanks for tuning in tonight. What a race. Crazy one at Las Vegas. 3 cautions. Semi back-to-back-to-back. The race leader and points leader at the time in the middle of green flag pit stops. Ron Hornaday got loose off turn 2. Crashed into the inside wall. He may have ran out of gas as a potential speculation, but whatever the case, that was a big block. Nearly gone wrong there at the front of the field as Bodine desperately holds on to the lead. He's trying to go for 10 bonus points. He came into this one 55 points behind Hornaday, but if Hornaday's out, this is a massive swing in the right direction. But even if Hornaday is out, which it appears to be, Bobby Hamilton more than likely is still in this race. And he's only 10 points behind Todd Bodine, so he still needs to go for all the points he can. Try to gap Hornaday. with 3 races to go after this. We have not raced at California yet. Bodine did win the first Martinsville race this year. And he'll try to win the second one next week. And of course, the season finale at Talladega. Bodine finished 4th in the first Dega race. Lester going for the lead. He is there. And he will take the lead off of turn 4. And Todd's going for it again through 1 and 2. Surprised Lester's this fast without a hood. A lot of contact. That stalled Bodine out quite a bit. And as a result, Lester is able to hold on to the lead barely. And at the line, Lester continues to lead that lap as well. Todd Bodine looking for a run at him. Half a truck length out in front, now less than that. Into turn 3. 30 of Todd Bodine down on the bottom. Gonna run the 22 wide. Clear. Lester in the wall. Musgrave to second. And Todd Bodine back to the lead. Approaching the halfway point here in a couple laps. 15 likes on the stream so far. Appreciate everybody tuning in here on this Wednesday night. Be sure to like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content if you have not already. Wild race so far at Las Vegas, late in the season at that. Major side draft there by Todd Bodine as he tries to hold on to the lead. He did lead that lap at the line. The 191 truck got out in front of him. Contact with Bill Lester. Bodine, very aggressive, trying to get to the bottom as quickly as he can. He almost turned himself. He's definitely going for everything. Willy Wonka, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, that was a bad move trying to get to the bottom that quickly. I should have just stayed up high. Had Lester. I mean, that's the tough thing here with Old Vegas, how flat it is. It's tough to get back down to the bottom. We definitely forced our way in there. Luckily, it ended up working out for ourselves. Halfway through this race, 73 laps down, another 73 to go. I don't think we've seen our last caution with the way the fuel situation is lurking. And we definitely have not seen our final pit stop yet. Todd Bodine to the inside for the race lead with the 191 truck. Bodine does not lead that lap. Did just run his fastest of the day. Dropped to 30.990. First time he's been in the 30-second lap barrier today. And Bodine cleared for the lead, and the 191 pops the wall off turn 2. Once he got in the wake of the dirty air behind Todd Bodine, he went right up the hill and into the wall. Todd Bodine looking to put a gap on these drivers back behind him. We will take another field pass at the start-finish line this time by our final one of the race. We'll swap to the 9 truck of Ted Musgrave. It sounds like Ron Hornaday is coming back into this race. Many laps down after having the issue he did earlier. Of course, he came in as the points leader, so he's just looking for more points here in case anybody else DNFs. And we could see quite a few more DNFs by way of fuel issues again. Ted Musgrave to 4th as he clears David Reagan. And the 191 truck, by the way, back to the lead. Todd Bodine now into 2nd. Halfway out of gas this point in the run. That's for Musgrave. 1.4 seconds back of the lead. Will go to Todd Bodine at the start-finish line next time by. Ted closing in on Bill Lester for 3rd. The 191 truck's really starting to pull away at this point in the run. 0.6 of a second out ahead of Bodine. Todd Bodine's about 0.4 of a second off the race lead. Phillips in the 191. He has not won. We've had 9 different winners. Quite a few fantasy drivers have won a race this season. And Bo Phillips would be another one. Bodine really tight in 3-4. Couldn't get the arc he wanted getting into the corner. Got trapped in the dirty air. The laps led category is definitely all over the place today. It's tough to tell if Bodine has still led the most up to this point in the race or not. Oh, the 191. Blowing past Bobby Hamilton, who's got a problem. And I think Hamilton might have had an issue and came out of the pits as well. So both Bobby Hamilton and Ron Hornaday having an issue in this race tonight. This is a massive day for Todd Bodine if he could just get a good finish. He's going to have a great shot at taking the points lead. And then some. If he can pull away for both drivers in the standings as well, that'd be massive. Didn't get the truck to work through 3 and 4 that time either. Hans Good was the fastest truck when he had the clean air. Bo Phillips looking pretty fast today as well. Bodine just gets to the inside and turns 3 and 4. Way down low off turn 4. Closing in on the lap truck of Ron Hornaday now. As the leaders are working their way to him. Bodine leads that lap, uses Hornaday as a pick. Gets by Phillips into turn 1. And Todd Bodine's back in the lead again. As we approach 60 laps to go this time by. We know Todd Bodine can go about 35 laps on a full tank of fuel. So he's within the window to be able to make it on 2 more stops. Because he's still got to pit 1 more time yet, and he's not going to make it within that 35 lap window yet. Ethan, thanks for tuning in. When will Ross race cleanly. I don't know if you can bank on him doing that 100% of the time going forward. So 59 laps left. Got a battle for the lead going on between Todd Bodine and Bo Phillips right now. A few slower trucks are out on the racetrack. We know Bobby Hamilton and Ron Hornaday have had their issues today. Todd Bodine trying to get himself in the best situation to try and win this race. Look like it should be right sides only for Todd Bodine's pit stop upcoming once again. Craig Kinzer back in the race as well. Also having some problems. Bodine going to get underneath them into turns 1 and 2. Phillips got by him pretty cleanly as well. Bodine's about a half a second ahead of Phillips off turn 2 right now. I think about lap 93 or 94, Todd Bodine will hit pit road. It'll be his third stop of the day. Second green flag stop of the race. Todd did not get that truck to stick down towards the bottom through 3 and 4. Phillips was able to close the gap a little bit. Taking the right sides only under this next stop. It should loosen the truck up a little bit. Because the plan's going to end up being to pit under caution. Assuming we're going to get another yellow again in the middle of green flag stops. Because that's what happened. Oh, no! Oh, Bodine's out of gas, and he missed the pits. Ran out way sooner. I was expecting to go to lap 93 or 94. Todd Bodine's now out of fuel. And he's got to go the full length around this racetrack. Oh, my goodness. As if it was a lock for him to gain a ton of points on the championship competitors, and now Bodine's got a fuel issue. Trying to get to pit road. I'm surprised he's going to make it all the way back around, to be completely honest. I didn't think I was that short. I thought I could have went to 93 or 94, and we ran out coming to 92. My calculations were way off. That's unbelievable. Yeah, a lap down before we even got into the pit box here. And it's going to have to be fuel only for Todd Bodine. Yeah, it's going to have to be fuel only. No adjustments. Yeah, it's not a road course, so. But I'm surprised we made it back around, honestly. The full distance around the track on 1.5 miles nonetheless. Bo Phillips in the lead. Todd Bodine's going to be 2 laps down. I went wide there. .31st, 2 laps down. Now we're not that many points ahead. We've got trucks pitting off turn 4. Big run to the outside of Aaron Crocker for Todd Bodine here. We need to hope the leaders pit without running out here so we can get at least 1 lap back. Bobby Hamilton in the 18 truck going up the hill. He's trying to block Todd Bodine. Bodine way up and into the wall. Crocker not giving Todd Bodine a lot of room. Todd making his own room. Ted Musgrave, Bodine's teammate, pitting the 191 truck, also on pit road. Todd Bodine not going to get a lap back yet because David Reagan will stay out to get 5 bonus points, and now he's the leader. Hornaday right in front of the 6 truck off turn 2. Reagan got held up a little bit. I think Hornaday and Hamilton have to be well aware of the situation Todd Bodine's in here. Bodine mistimed his run down to the apron and ended up clipping the 33 of Ron Hornaday. Caution! Oh my goodness. Caution is out. All we needed was David Reagan to pit. We would have at least got one of our 2 laps back. 131 has ran out of gas. Unbelievable. I mean, can't script this, ladies and gentlemen. You can't script it. I cannot believe everybody that has had fuel problems today. We're going to stay out. I don't know if I could have taken the wave around there. If David Reagan pitted, we might have gotten the wave around. I'm not sure if that works in this game. We're going to restart at 20th. Green flag back in the air. Waiting to see if anybody else runs out of gas. Not seeing it yet. So they work their way into turns 1 and 2. So Bodine going to have to try to make a lap up here on the restart. 4 cautions in tonight's race. And we're down to 45 or so laps to go. Bodine going to have to pit before the end. No guarantees everybody will have to pit before the end of this one, though. Because of staying out, Todd's still on older tires. And David Reagan is the race leader. He stayed out long enough, trapped a lot of trucks a lap down. 3 wide. Still 3. One truck ended up in the wall in the outside lane. Didn't have enough room with the trucks under him. So Tom Bodine is in 20th, 2 laps down right now. There are other trucks that he has passed for position during green flag stops specifically. He was the highest running of those 2 laps down in the restart. Just dropped his fastest lap of the day. Hans Good trying to block his way and actually making a 3 wide move underneath Musgrave and Lagacy to get to 3rd. Big side draft even on his teammate there, Todd Bodine. Desperately trying to get a lap back here. Get 1 lap back and then hope for another caution. It's about all you can ask for. Hans Good going for 2nd. Still going to beat Hornaday and Hamilton today, but man, we had a good chance to take the points lead. Oh, contact. Almost turned the 191 truck, just trying to slip up in line. Little contact further back with David Reagan and Hans Good. To get by this 191 truck. Bo Phillips has been very difficult to pass today, especially when he has had the clean air. 30.852 that last lap. Fastest of the day for Todd Bodine. There's the dive. And there's one lap back. So Bodine's got one of his 2 laps back in this race. Looking to pull away. .817. 2 laps in a row, he ran his fastest laps of the night. Honestly, if we had multiple drivers run out of gas once again for that caution to come out, it's looking really good for Bobby Hamilton and Ron Hornaday. Try to make it to the end here. If we get a caution, Todd Bodine's definitely pitting because he's going to have to pit one more time before the end of this race. Which means he's going to end up surrendering this lap anyway. Has to run it as long as he can first, though. And I don't think the 19 trucks that are ahead of him are all on the lead lap. If they were somehow, then Bodine would get the free pass, but I just don't think that that is the case. There are quite a few trucks on the inside lane. I do think there's a lot of trucks one lap down, though, so there's definitely positions to be had if we were to get a caution. Even if we can't get a couple of them to get back into this race completely. Craig Kinzer, Ron Hornaday side by side right now. At least they were. Bodine blowing by both of them. Heading into turn 3. They're going to stay wide. And Phillips is going to make his way around them pretty easily. And here's Bobby Hamilton. He's outrunning Ron Hornaday, but I don't know if they're anywhere close to the same lap or not. .35 laps to go this time by. I think there's a big stack up off turn 2 that last lap. No caution, though. Definitely saw some drivers on the track map get held up. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Look at all the tire smoke and the skid marks through turn 2. I noticed the track map, they were all slowing down. Back half of the field, if we could get a caution, the sooner the better for Todd Bodine. Problem is, we're going to be the first to hit pit road. So if we get another yellow before the end of the race, after we pit again, we might end up getting trapped 2 laps down again. We could lose positions out of it. So halfway out of field at this point in the run. Might not have to take a full tank to the end either. That's another reason why I want to run this out as long as I can. Because if we get down to about like 17, 18 laps to go, I'm going to go half tank of gas, which would be just 1 can. Just really trying to minimize the amount of time I'm on pit road for. Definitely a weird one here today at Las Vegas. Rallied late for a second place finish in the last one. About a mile and a half at Atlanta. Who knows what happens here today at Las Vegas to the finish. I don't know if we've seen our last caution or not. We did have a debris caution off Bill Lester's race truck earlier. That was after we had a couple of cautions, though. Half tank would work. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because if it does cycle all the way through to the end of the race, I want to be able to gain as many spots as possible. I mean, we're going to end up losing that lap again for the short term regardless. I mean, that's the crazy thing. We were so close. So close. And honestly, I probably should have pitted there. Granted, it would have put me a little bit further back, and I might not have got my lap back by now, so that's why I did stay out, so it was a little bit closer to the front of the lap car line, but if I would have pitted, I wouldn't have made it to the end, but I would have been able to make it a little further, just in case we had a caution later after I pit. Because I think there is a good likelihood that we could actually still lose more positions here before the end of this race. I don't think 20th is as worse as it gets, honestly. I wish it was, but we were back in, what, 31st at one point? And there it is, caution. That's exactly what Todd Bodine needed. With 30 laps to go, the caution flag is out for the 5th time. Oh my goodness, and it's a big crash as far as impact goes. One truck on its side, driver's side in fact, off of turn 4, really in the middle of 3 and 4. I don't know how he ended up like that, but he did get there. And now we see pit stops. At least for Todd Bodine. Everybody else is staying out. Maybe they think they can make it to the end with the caution. Bodine's definitely going to pit. Full tank of gas, or at least going to top off. 4 tires and fuel. That is a caution that Todd Bodine needed. Now he can make it on fuel to the end of the race. And I don't know about everybody else. Set Thomas, thanks for tuning in. This race is flipped upside down, just like that last truck we just saw. Wow. That we needed that in the worst way possible. Because honestly, 20th place, I don't know that we would have taken the points lead. Which is sad because of the situation that we're in. Bodine got a lap back. Now he's going to have to try to get his way to the front as quick as possible. Try to get another lap back and another quick yellow. Some drivers may be able to make it on field. Some may not. We're going to have less than 30 to go in the restart. Thanks our teammate. Ted Musgrave's a lap down. Looks like there's about 7 or 8 trucks on the lead lap. Green flag back in the air. Even if we don't get our lap back, got to get into the free pass position. And I think we have to be in either 8th or 9th place to do so. Bodine does have the freshest tires in the field, though, with pitting during that caution. Nobody else did, so that could help him. And we are down to 25 laps to go in the restart. No field conservation mode here for Todd Bodine. 3x3 as the field exits turn 4. Bodine looking to absolutely send it here into turn 1. He's got the grip to do so. 4 wide. In the middle of the corner. Bodine trying to get to the front of the line. On the fresh tires, he is going to get back on the lead lap, and he's up to 11, so I guess there's 10 trucks on the lead lap then. Oh, contacted a lot of it. Bodine cleared too early. Oh, that's not good. Things were looking good there for a little bit. Now they're not looking as good anymore. Got to settle in. 12th place. 1 spot out of the free pass position. Bill Lester to the lead through all that. No caution, though. It's a good thing we didn't get the caution because we wouldn't have gotten the free pass spot. Gotta go. Gots to go. 3 wide. 3 and 4. Aggressive move. That will get Bodine into the free pass position. 20 laps to go at the line. Bill Lester, after starting on the pole, back in this race. And Todd Bodine has rallied to an 11th place run. That was a perfectly timed caution for me. So I got a lap back. We don't know what the fuel situation's like for everybody else, but we know Bodine's good to the end. Squeezes to the inside of David Reagan off turn 4. Will the cautions be over to the end of the race is the next question. 20 to go. 30.792 that last lap. Fastest of the day for Todd Bodine. To the inside of Bill Lester. Back on the lead lap from 2 laps down, which is usually nearly impossible. Another truck that had issues earlier back into the race. Todd Bodine is clear of Lester. He's back in the lead lap. Bo Phillips will get back to the lead underneath Lester, following Bodine through 3 and 4. Bodine still has the freshest tires in the field, and he's really, really looking to take advantage of this. Trying to pull away. If we get another caution, what a comeback this would be. Oh my goodness. If we got another yellow, raced our way to get a lap back caution, raced our way to get another lap back and another caution to get us back into this race with less than 20 laps left, that would be insane. The problem is the later the caution comes out, the less likely we are to getting back to the lead. Unless everybody else pits. We have to stay out, I think. And try to fend them off on old tires if we get a caution. I think that's going to be our best chance to win, because if you put us back in traffic on equal tires from 11th, maybe a couple spots gained at the least, I just don't know if we could do that at Flat Vegas. We already have fresh tires anyway, so if they were all to stay out again, then we'd be in a good position that way as well. $15 to go for Phillips this time by, catching some of the slower trucks that had some fuel pickup issues earlier. Craig Kinzer, Ryan Hornaday will stay to the outside. And Hornaday and Hamilton have to be, are you kidding me, with the comeback Todd Bodine has had 2 races in a row. I mean, you could have written him out of the championship 2 races ago if he didn't come back at Atlanta. And now he's coming back at Vegas at least for 11th for right now, and we still may see drivers pit before the end. Oh boy. Ran in the back of Bobby Hamilton off turn 4. I did that with Ryan Hornaday, but not as hard earlier. I kind of barely touched him. I didn't think I was going to close in on him that quickly. They parked right on the bottom, too. First 2 trucks were out of the way. $13 laps left for Phillips. I mean, he's won this race if we don't get another caution. Lost the lead on the restart, but ended up getting it back, and now he's just pulled away from everybody. $153 truck. Bodine going all the way to the apron to get by him through 3 and 4. Get away with that here at this flat racetrack. Phillips caught behind the 153 a bit. Still got a big lead, though, as he finally gets around him into turn 1. Puts a little bit less pressure on Bodine to try and stay in front of Phillips, who's got a fast truck. Him and Hans Good have been the 2 best when they've been leading today. See, the problem with all these cautions, too, coming out, I don't think that's going to allow for Bodine to lead the most laps, even though he led quite a few laps in the first half of the race. Gotta stop making mistakes and having to come back from them. I mean, that's been the tail. Granted, Atlanta was not my fault. We were just caught. David Reagan put us back in traffic, and then we got caught up in a wreck on a restart. That happened in front of us. I had nowhere to go. We got sandwiched. From that point on, we had severe damage, but we pit strategized our way to get back into it. This one, we have to physically race our way in. We don't have damage on the truck, or at least enough that's going to slow us down at all, but got the lucky break with the cautions today. Somebody else, by the way, just blew a motor and has made their way to pit road, as you see him in the pits right now. And as a result, Todd Bodine is now back in the top 10. That's another free position. It's 4 more points as he breaks the top 10 compared to running 11th. And that is not a driver that I don't think Hornaday and Hamilton will catch in the running order because they're many, many laps down. 9 to go for Phillips at the line. Will we stay green to the end of the race? And will the drivers, the 9 of them specifically, that are on the lead lap ahead of Todd Bodine, will they make it on field to the finish? They stayed out of the pits for a reason, you would think, during that last caution. You would think they could make it to the end. Definitely saved them a few extra laps. But if they do have to pit, Todd Bodine's going to be right there. Fuel mileage race in Vegas. Oh boy. Championship hanging in the balance. We're halfway out already and we topped off. Still have 8 to go for ourselves. We're not going to catch anybody else on speed. Just hoping that most of them have to pit still. Caution comes out. We're not going to have many laps left on the restart. Definitely would have to stay out. We had a race end under caution at Texas when we should have had a green-white checker after a caution came out with like 3 laps left in that race. So there's no guarantee this race is guaranteed a green-white checker if we get a late caution. Phillips just crossed the line for 6 to go that last time. I think once we get to 5 laps left, a caution could end it. So Bodine's kind of hoping it just stays green to the end, and hoping drivers are going to have to pit here before the finish as well. Has to buy these slow lap trucks for the final time today. To the inside of Bobby Hamilton, cleanly through 1 and 2. So 5 to go for Bodine at the line. And Phillips will have 4 laps left at the line. I mean, to come from 2 laps down to finish in the top 10 and get back on the lead lap. All in the final, what, like 45 laps of the race, too? Incredible. We got 1 caution break that we needed. And mowed the wall down trying to get around him. I didn't know which way he was going. Goes to show how slow he is. Hit the wall, they can still blow by him. Phillips staying out again. 3 to go. For Bo Phillips to try to be the 10th different winner of the truck season through 17 races. And another fantasy driver to get a win. Him, Teague, back-to-back races. Hans Goods got 4 wins. Marvin Sheth had a win early in the year. I think at Michigan. Well, no, it wouldn't have been Michigan. Lester won at Michigan. 3 to go for Todd Bodine. 2 to go at the line. Caution comes out, staying out regardless if it ends the race or not. Nobody pitting that time. It's just a matter of if they can make it, will they make it? And no cautions on the final lap of the race as well. Once that white flag flies, it's a race to the checker. We might be having to dodge cars running out of gas. Potentially. There it is. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Bo Phillips leads. Does he have enough gas to make it? Bodine digging still, just in case there's any spots to be had on this final lap. Comeback lead lap finish to at least get a top 10. Solid points day, led some laps. Bo Phillips dominates the second half of the race and will win at Las Vegas today. We do have one truck pitting off of turn 4. We got 2 trucks, I think, that ran out of gas off of turn 4. That could be some spots. Go, go, go! That might be 2 more for Bodine, unless they're a lap down. They're in the grass. They're trying to limp their way to the checkered flag. There's 1 spot. One of them was for position. 9th place for Todd Bodine. I will take it. A grinded out, gutted out kind of race today. We came back to get a top 10 finish. I will gladly take that. And we picked up another spot on the final lap. Somebody ran out. Bill Lester. Yeah, Lester ran out. That was the driver we passed there. He still gets a 10th place finish, though. Even though he didn't make it to the checkered flag. He would have been the last on the lead lap. When everybody crossed the white flag to get their final lap. 42 lead changes. Might be a little bit of a glitch there. 5 cautions. That is not a glitch. Margin of victory, 2.8 seconds. Not a glitch. Neither was the average race speed of 130.4 miles per hour. And then the total race time, 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 42 seconds tonight. Bo Phillips wins. He leads 55 laps. Started in 20th. And he will get a max points day. David Reagan led 4 laps today. Finishes in 2nd. He was leading when that last second to last caution came out. The second one that was in the middle of green flag stops again. Scott Legacy Jr. ends up finishing in 3rd. Timothy Peters 4th. Fisher rounds out the top 5. Clement 6th. Eimelman in 7th. Davis 8th. Todd Bodine 9th, led 33 laps today. And Bill Lester rounds out the top 10. Started on the pole, led 17. Not sure where he was running when he ran out of gas, but probably definitely lost 9th place, but may have lost a couple other positions as well. Our teammate Ted Musgrave ended up finishing a lap down in 12th. And he did lead 1 lap. So 5 bonus points for him. Probably in the middle of green flag pit stops. And look at all the drivers that DNF'd today. Hans Good DNF'd. I think he was the driver that blew an engine late. That's his 3rd engine failure in the last 6 races. Tough break. And he had a fast truck today, too. Led 15 laps. Vance, he blew an engine. Marvin Sheth blew an engine. Bobby Hamilton had issues. Most of these guys probably ran out of gas. I know Good blew a motor, but some of these other ones could have ran out. Anyway, though, Bobby Hamilton did come back into the race, so he finishes many, many laps down in 31st. Trey Kinzer, same thing. Ron Hornaday finishes 33rd. He did get 5 bonus points today. Bobby Hamilton did not. 5 laps led for Hornaday. Tucker, Chapman, and Ships all had issues, too. So 4 of the drivers that had issues finished. Which would mean that we had 5 DNFs, and then 4 of the 9 ended up finishing. Well, no, because then we had 2 round out at the end of the race and the DNF too. So I guess we had 8 DNFs total in tonight's race. Well, take a look at the point standings. I do believe that Todd Bodine will be the points leader. It won't be by as much as I would have hoped because we didn't get a max points day, which I was hoping for, but we did get a 9th place finish. We came back to get something out of the day. Kroger 250 at Martinsville will be the next race. Martinsville, California, Talladega will be the final 3 races of this custom schedule season. I am very content with that top 10. We had 5 wins in the first 12 races this year and haven't won since that 12th race of the year at IRP where we led all 100 laps from the pole in a 50% race. So we've gone 6 races without a win. And we have a narrow points lead. I wish it could have been more, honestly. It would have been tough to beat Phillips. Phillips was fast, but it would have been a battle between us two. It definitely would have. It would have been a 1st or 2nd place finish and potentially the most laps led because Phillips wouldn't have led as many. hadn't had that issue. That was all on myself, I guess. Miscalculation on fuel. I thought it could have went like 2 or 3 more laps, and we ran out way earlier than I would have expected, and just missed pit road. It was right as we were leaving turn 4 onto the front stretch. It might have been too late to turn down into the pits anyway. It would have been tough because if I would have wrecked myself while running out of gas, we would have been done for the day. So glad it didn't because we lived to see the end and still got a top 10 out of it. Ninth place finish. Back-to-back comebacks, though, for top 10s. And because of that, we are now the points leader. Ron Hornaday only 19 points back, and Bobby Hamilton's still in it, even with his struggles today as well. And he's 83 points out of first. Bill Lester with the top 10, 236 back. He gained 51 points today. So, I mean, he's trying to hang in there for the championship. But with 3 races, it's going to be tough for him to overcome that. He's over 1 full race worth of points out. But the other 3 still in the hunt. With again Martinsville coming up next. Hornaday finished second at Martinsville earlier this year. We finished first. And we only led 33 laps. I do think Hornaday led the most laps that race. And then California after that, which we have not raced at in the truck series on this game. And I actually don't think I've raced at California in any series on this game, so that'll be interesting. That'll be brand new. Talladega we've raced at before, and honestly, Talladega race was just like this one with the fuel mileage situation, so Talladega could be like that again, and that would set up for a wild season finale if it's anything like what tonight was. With if you put fuel mileage race for the championship, oh my goodness, you're just hoping you have enough and you have the right strategy to get the job done, to get enough points and win the title. Thanks everybody, appreciate the support as always. I will see you guys again tomorrow night, and yeah, thanks and have a good rest of your Wednesday evening.